The body is a lump of clay, and it goes back to being a lump of clay. So if your child asks, what's going on with all these people dying? And they're frightened, you need to explain to them exactly what death is. It's time. It's time we had a clear picture of what happens and what is death. What happens to the soul in heaven, that's a whole fascinating subject in itself. But here we're just defining death. Another really important little piece of reality. You know, we have these bad habits of thinking that the workplace has to be vicious and that schools have to be military in their style. And now we realize, no, it doesn't have to be that way. We're also realizing that we've had assumptions about death and life and death that aren't necessary at all. The assumption is, and was for a very long time, that life is temporary and fleeting, and death is forever. I mean, isn't that the default position in most people's minds? Life is so brief. You got to take advantage of every hour of every day, because before you know it, death, whoa, death is scary because that's forever. Not correct. Simply not correct. Death is temporary, life is forever. It can't be any other way. It's counterintuitive. Life is rich, life is pleasure, life is real, life is necessary, life is productive, and that's temporary. Death is empty, it's meaningless, it's pointless, there's no pleasure in it, and that's permanent. That's depressing. Can't be true. It can't be true. This attitude, we are born to die, that's ridiculous. It's the opposite. Life is forever, death is temporary. And death is temporary in two ways. First of all, the entire phenomenon, the entire notion that a person is alive and then it's over, that's temporary. This is not going to continue forever. People are going to stop dying because there's just no point to it. It's also temporary for those who've already died. Those who already died will be coming back to life because death is temporary. It's a break. It's not forever. And the reason is very simple and very necessary. The body needs to be rewarded for the mitzvahs that it performed. We're told that when the soul goes back to heaven, it receives a reward. But who is more deserving of the reward, the body or the soul? Does the soul do mitzvahs? Is it the soul that lights a candle? Is it the soul that eats a piece of matzah on Pesach? Is it the soul that bakes challah and gives it to a hungry person? It's 80% body, 90% body. Of course, the body couldn't do it without the soul. But the actual doing, it's all body. So it would be totally an injustice if the soul gets rewarded and the body just goes back to where it came from? No, that can't be. We would never accept such judgment. So the body has to come back.